Yes, good morning, everyone. I hope you are able to hear me and you are able to watch my screen. So, any doubts on the last class, what we have discussed? So, in our first demo, we talked about what is Oracle application and what is ERP different domains and what are the prerequisites required. So, this demo one is already there in our YouTube channel. Good. So, today we are going ahead with second demo. So before we go for second demo, we'll talk about the syllabus copy of this course. So this is going to be the syllabus course. So what is ERP? Different ERP domains. What are the different jobs we will find in the ERP? This all we discussed yesterday, right? What is ERP? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So if any enterprise is there, means company is there doing the business to maintain their day-to-day business transactions, they'll be using this software, ERP software. What are different domains we see in the ERP? We see in finance, supply chain management, human capital, means HRMS, CRM, PPM, like this, right? Most of the clients will be using finance and supply chain management, right? What are different jobs we see in the ERP? So we see functional consultant and technical consultant majorly we see, as well as the DBA. Three different types of jobs we find, right? And different projects, we are going to come up that later, next level. Yeah. And then architecture, AOL stands for two responsibilities, right? System administrator, application developer. We have discussed how to work with both the responsibilities here. And we have seen yesterday how to create user, assign these responsibilities to the user. That's what we did, right? Both we have done yesterday. Yeah. And then we'll have the concurrent programs registration, how to register the concurrent programs, how to work with the value sets. This all comes registration point of view. It means from system administrator reports and programs registration, we will come to know here it is. And procure to pay cycle, this all we are working finance and supply chain management. So financial module as well as supply chain management, both we are going to work here. So we'll see both the options over here. And two cycles are required generally when we are applying for a job. Let's say we are going to mention that we are working last 4 years or 3 years or 5 years in Oracle applications. They'll ask us, tell me what reports you have done, what programs you have done. So that time, what we have to do is we have to explain to them that yes, we did in purchase order and we did in sales order, customer, suppliers, data, and all. So when we explain about this, definitely they will ask us the complete functionality. So that's why we have to learn some functional two cycles, P2P and O2C. In the interviews, definitely they'll ask you. Earlier, they were asking only one cycle, but now they expect two cycles. So this P2P and O2C cycle both contains two domains, finance domain as well as supply chain management. So if you are working in finance, if there is a requirement for finance, yes, that is suitable. If there is a requirement for supply chain, yes, that is suitable. So both the things are going to be available here. Yeah. Then ERP application features. What are the different features we see in the ERP application? Here I can find profiles, flex fields, very important. Not much complexity. This is very simple concepts. Flux fields and all are these simple concepts. And we see interfaces, very important concepts, data migrations, data load and data extractions. We see the form personalizations. If we are trying to customize the forms, personalize the forms, form developments, this all will be working. And reports, different types of reports we have, like developer 2000 D2K reports, XML reports, BI publisher reports. But most of the times we'll be working with XML and BI. So that we'll be discussing difference between XML and BI reports and what are all the BI reports features we have. So those all things we are going to discuss over here. Right. Next, we see that finally resume preparation, interview preparation, and also we'll be having the workflows and other things. OAF personalizations. This is all we are going to discuss. Okay. So this is going to be our syllabus copy. So this is full-fledged placement point of view syllabus copy. So once you are perfect with all this syllabus, then you will be able to, apply for the job and for crack for the interview point of view and all. Yeah. So any doubts here from the syllabus point of view? Yeah. So now we are going ahead with, today I'm going to take one assignment and complete the process. Let me connect to the server. So now client is asking, I need a program, means I need a procedure that should display me total number of suppliers we have, how many suppliers are there in the database. I required total number of invoices which we have, total number of invoices we have in the database, and I required a total number of users. This data we required. So this data is there already in the application. Users entered day-to-day in transactions. They created suppliers, invoices, and users. But what I required is I need a program so that should display this all information. This all information I required in the output. Okay. For that, we need to write a PLSQL program. I said we need SQL and PLSQL, right? So I'm going to write a program to pick this data from the database, to pick the data from the database. So you can try to understand here it is. Okay. So now I'm going to write a PLSQL procedure. Okay. So the standard syntax, when you want to write the PLSQL procedure, standard syntax is create or replace, means we are trying to create a procedure, or if procedure is already exist, we are trying to replace. If with this name, the procedure is already exist, we are trying to create or replace. Okay, we are create or replace procedure, procedure name, name of the procedure. So I'm going to mention the procedure name is Sony EBS details. You can give any unique name. You can give any unique name. So there is a menu here, language, select language menu. We see all software languages. Okay. We see all software languages here. I can go for the SQL because we are writing SQL, right? Code, SQL or PLSQL. So if you choose the SQL, obviously it works for the PLSQL also. I'm giving the procedure name as Sony EBS details. We can give any name. We can give any name over here. Okay. So procedure name, procedure name. Okay. And then we have to provide the parameters. We have to provide the parameters. So whenever I want to run this program in Oracle applications, two parameters are mandatory. You write any program. You write any program in Oracle applications, two output parameters are required. Error buff, out, varchar2. Error buff, red code, two out parameters are mandatory. This two. Then after that, if you have any requirement for your logic, you can pass the input parameters. But these two out parameters are mandatory, we have to define. What is meant by out parameters? Why we required this is, inside of this procedure, if any error occurs in the runtime, if any error occurs, then this parameter will throw the error details. This parameter will throw error details. And this parameter will return the status of your program. So these two parameters, it won't take any input. It returns the output. So there will be two types of parameter, right? In parameter and out parameter. In parameter means it takes the values. Out parameters means it returns the values. So right now these two parameters are going to return the values. Now create or replace procedure name as out parameters. Then we will go for declare our variables. This is declaration block. In declaration block, we are going to declare the variables, cursors, exceptions, collections, whatever we require that we are going to declare. So in the declaration block, what we do, we will declare the variables. I want store, purpose of variables is storage, right? So I want to store the total suppliers. We'll find out how many suppliers are there. We must store somewhere, right? That's why we required variables. I require three variables right now. One is to store the supplier count. Another one is to store the total number of invoices. Another one is to store the total number of users. I need three variables. L underscore supplier number data type, right? Because you are trying to store the count. Means you will be getting total number, right? So this is for supplier. This is invoice number data type. One more variable. You can have meaningful name here. Yeah. L underscore users number of name. Like this, we have to declare the variables. So I declared three variables and I said three variables are used to store the number data type here, and it's going to be specified here. It's clear, everybody? How to declare the variables in the declaration block. In the declaration block. Now we are going for executable block. Let's start right to begin. Begin. Now we are going for executable block. Executable block. So in executable block, what we do? We'll go for write the logic. We'll go for write the logic. First, what do you want to know? How many suppliers are there? It means you should know which table supplier data stores. You must know which table supplier's data is there. For Oracle applications, there are 50 tables which are important. There are 50 tables: supplier table, customer table, items table, employee table, users table, purchase orders table, invoice table, like that. Around 40 to 50 tables are there. So these tables, if we learn, then it will be closed. Okay. So we need to go for this. We need to go for this. Right now, I'm writing the select statement. Select count star into, I'm selecting total number of suppliers. AP underscore suppliers is the table name which contains all the supplier details. I'm trying to find out total number of suppliers from this table into this column. Sorry, this variable. So this select statement is going to get total number of suppliers into this variable. We got total number of suppliers into this variable. Same thing. Now we are going for same thing. Now we are going for invoices. Select count star into L underscore invoices from AP underscore invoices table. So this table contains total number of invoices, AP underscore invoices. So that we are getting into this variable, invoices. So this variable we have used here. Then this variable I have used here. And this we are going to use in another query. Select count star into L underscore users, where, so where clause I don't want to filter, right? I want all the data, fnd underscore user. So we got supplier count here. Here we got total number of invoices, and here we got total number of users. So we got it. Now client is asking display this information in the output. Okay, you got into the variables. You got the data into the variables. Now I want to display this information in the output. So if you want to write the information into the output file, we write a standard API, fnd file. API means built-in program. Fnd file dot output fnd file dot put underscore line. We are trying to write. Okay. Fnd underscore file dot output total suppliers equal to, within the single quotation, whatever the data you are providing, that will be displayed as it is. Whatever the text you are mentioning in the single quotation, that will be displayed as it is. And give the pipe symbol that will be used for display. And now we will go for this. This is total number of suppliers. Same thing. I require total number of invoices. I require total number of users. Invoices. So whatever the variable we have, that we will be using here. And this is whatever the users we have the information that we see here. This is. So this is a standard fnd file API. Excuse me. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. Internally, it is a program. It's a package. So that we will be using for display the information in the output. I'm trying to display the information in the output over here. We are trying to display the information in the output. Total suppliers, total invoices. Oh, last one is total users, right? Let me change the text here. Users. Yeah. So what we have done now, we declared variables and then we have done some calculation. We written some logic and we got the data. And that information we are trying to display in the output. That's all. And I'm telling to the system, any error occurs, exception block. Comment I'm writing here. Exception block. It means indirectly error handling. Error handling. So I'm predicting that if any error occurs in the runtime, what information you wanted to show. So when others, then there are multiple. So no data found. When no data found, then means if you don't find any data, okay, if you don't find any data, I wanted to display into the log file. Client is telling that write it to the log file saying that no data in the database. No data in the database. Because client is asking meaningful information if any error occurs. So that's why I'm putting this. If no data found. If I get duplicates, means too many rows, means duplicates data. Then I would like to display this information. Duplicate data is there in the database. Duplicate data in the database. When any other error occurs, then other error is occurred. Other error is occurred. So these are the exceptions. Generally, we will be using in PLSQL. If you don't find any data, then what you want to do? If you find duplicate records, then what you will do? And if any exception occurs, then what? Other exception means other than these two. If some unknown error occurs, what you wanted to do? I just want to show the message saying that this is what the problem. Okay. This is exception block. These are regularly we will be using exceptions, regular usage of these exceptions. We can also create our own exceptions. We'll be discussing in our training part that. Now go for close the program. That's it. So we can simply close with the end or we can give end of the procedure name here. Whatever the procedure name you are using, that you can go ahead with end. This is how I will write a simple procedure. So I have written a procedure and I said that two parameters, purpose of these two parameters both are out parameters. It returns the values. It don't take any input. Okay, these two are mandatory. When you are working in Oracle applications, these two parameters are mandatory. Error buff is used to return the error messages, and red code is used to return the status of your program. Red code. So these two out parameters we required. Okay. Then we have declaration block. We declared variables, whatever required for our program. Then in executable block, we have written the code, logic, and we got the data and we are displaying. Finally, we are going to handling the errors. So when you are writing program in PLSQL, three blocks will be there. One is declaration block. One is declaration block, another one is executable block, another one is exception block. Declaration block between begin and exception. It's an executable block. After exception, that's going to be exception block. Yeah. So like this, we have to write the code. Is everybody is able to understand? Any doubts here? If you are able to understand this code, then you can write the procedure. You can try it as an technical consultant. So you got the programming, but of course we have to learn. It doesn't mean that this is the final. So whatever the code I have written here, yes, I'm able to understand what is variable. Okay, we are selecting total number of suppliers and storing in the variable, and then we are trying to display that variable in the output files. Okay, and any error comes in the runtime, we are trying to write into the log file, and finally closing. This is how. So if you are able to understand this code, means it's fine. You are eligible for technical, because some people says that I can't write coding. It's difficult for me. Okay, so this type of hesitation. Maybe I'm not eligible for coding. This type of doubts will be there. So if you say that, yes, Mr. Chandra, whatever you are explaining now, we are able to understand, it means that's fine. You are eligible to learn this course, not only this course, any coding course you can go ahead. So the only thing is, next level you have to sit and do the practice and start doing the practice. That's what you have to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to register this. I'm going to run this program. First, you need to compile. So when you compile, what happened? If there are any errors in your syntax, system will show you that error information, compilation. So how to compile? You need to use either Toad. You can use Toad is one of the tool. By using this tool also, you can go for, execute the programs. You can execute the programs. Or you can use SQL Developer. You can use SQL Developer. Here also we can go for execute our programs. This is another tool. Okay. Yeah. Here also you can execute. Another one is SQL prompt. Username, apps, password, same, apps, host, vision instance. So this username and password will be provided by the DBA. When you are working in the project, your DBA will provide you all these details. Your DBA will provide you all the details. Now username is this, password is this, and the host. Okay, I'm going to press OK. Now whatever the code you are written in the notepad, copy and paste. Control V, press slash. If you put slash, then system will execute the code here. System will go for execution of the code slash. Now what it is telling us, your procedure executed successfully. Okay. So now compilation errors we don't have. We don't have any compilation errors. A procedure created successfully in the database. If you call this name, procedure name, automatically this code will be executed. Okay, so we developed the program, PLSQL program, indirectly procedure. Okay, so procedure, functions, and packages like that we have. If you write procedures, then you can easily write function. Little bit syntax will be different. And if you combine procedures and functions, it will become as package. Group of similar procedures, functions, we call it as a package. Okay, so now the procedure compilation is done. Success, we don't have any errors. I want to execute this process. I would like to go for execute the procedure. Begin, execute, sorry, begin, name of the procedure, execute. What is your procedure name? Sony underscore EBS underscore details end. Okay. Out parameters. Number of, see, it's telling very clearly wrong number of types arguments you are going to get it. Okay. So no problem. You have to declare a variable here. We will execute directly from application, not from here, directly from application, because it's required now here input out parameters, right? So the procedure here. Yeah, this is your procedure name. So I want to execute this procedure from Oracle applications. So now client don't have all these details. Client means client employees. They just log in and try to run the programs. So they don't know it is procedure or function, package, this code, this technical work all related to us. So as we are a software developers, this is belongs to us, not for the client. So what client will say, I will log in and run the program. It should go for execute. It should go for execute the program and get the output. That's what we have to get. Okay. Now let's log into the applications. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to register this procedure. I'm trying to register this procedure in the application. It's very simple. Registration process will be very simple. Yesterday we created user right, mohan.pc. Yeah. This is what user account we created yesterday. And we added responsibilities. Yesterday it was not displaying, but finally it took some time and we got it. Okay, no problem. Generally, immediately we'll get. We don't need to wait. Immediately we will get responsibilities. Go to system administrator because here only we will register the procedure. We developed the procedure. Now we are going to register. First open any one of the form. Application is going to be launched, full-fledged. Close the page. Close the page. Now, there are 5 steps required for registration. First, you have to mention executable. Shortcut, I'm going to prepare. I can make it as executable. Okay. So here you have to mention whether you are registering the SQL program or you are registering SQL loader, spanned. Spanned means Unix, Unix shell script, or you are registering Java program, or you are registering report, PLSQL, Perl script, or SQL plus. What exactly you are trying to register now? Right now, we are registering procedure, right? I want to run the procedure from the application, So select PLSQL stored procedure and give the procedure name. Give the procedure name here. Let's take the procedure name here. Give the procedure name here. Next, what name you want to use it in the front end? Same name I want to call. Short name also I want to have same name. Application. So let's say I developed this program for purchasing application. We can give any application, no problem. So I'm giving the application name as purchasing. Description. This procedure is to get complete details about suppliers, invoices, and users. Save. Right. We created executable successfully, and this is what your procedure name of the procedure. Front end, you can give any name, no problem, and short name also, but generally we'll maintain the same name. So copy this short name, copy the short name here, make it as a program. Go to define. Define is nothing but a program creation. So what name you wanted to give? PLSQL supplier invoice report or something invoice program 2025. Short name we can give any name. Application we can give any application name. This is a description optional field. I'm putting it as first program. Here we have to attach your executable. Whatever the executable you have created just now. Just now you created executable, right? That you are touching. So in the concurrent program, what we do is we will add the executable and we will register the parameters. Any parameters required for your procedure? My procedure is having two parameters. My procedure is having two parameters here, but both parameters are out parameters. Both parameters are out parameters. These two are out parameters. It means you don't need to pass the input. It returns the values. You don't need to pass the input. If you have any input parameters requirement, then you need to register. That will do tomorrow assignment. Tomorrow also I'm going to write one procedure. Tomorrow we'll make some updates and deletes. Today we are just selecting the data. Tomorrow we will go for update and as well as for the delete. That time we'll see how to add the input parameter. So tomorrow also I'm going to write the same code because you should be very clear. Yes, I can understand the programming. I can write the programming. So if you are clear these two sessions, today and tomorrow, then you will be able to do this here. Okay. Now, out parameters, right? Out parameters, we don't need to register because it returns the values. So we don't need to worry about that. Next, copy the program name. Whatever the programs we are developing, that we have to group it. That we have to group. That's what we call it as a request group. So what is mean by request group? Request group is nothing but a programs, group of requests. Indirectly, group of reports or programs. Whatever the programs we have done, that we have to group it here. So I'm going to mention that here. Okay, I'm going to mention the group name here. We can give any group name. It's not a problem. I'm putting it as Aravindo sales programs. It's for sales department. Code You can give any code. First group for sales department. Tag. Save. We can have multiple programs. So what is mean by request group? Request group is nothing but a group of programs. So whatever the programs or reports we have created, that we are going to group it. So in the real time, what happened? Client will ask us, I need around 20 reports for finance department, around 30 reports for the sales department, daily sales report, monthly report, weekly report, supplier wise, location wise, item wise. Okay. So this is all programs required, means reports required for the sales department. Same thing for admin, same thing for inventory, like that the client is asking. Okay. So then you need to go for register. Now this is your request group. Let's go for close. And then we are going for responsibility. So whatever the programs we have registered, now we go with responsibility. So responsibility is basically a group, whatever we have created, that we are going to attach here. Here we'll attach request group. This data group is for internal purpose. It's for internal purpose, security. Always it will be standard. You can give same application name. Menu is nothing but a forms. I'm going to give built-in menu. We'll be discussing about that menu later. It's a standard menu name. Okay. Then you can give any responsibility name. So I'm mentioning Aravindo responsibility, Aravindo sales responsibility, some name, application, purchasing. You can give any. Say. So what we have done now, we created responsibility. Okay, we created responsibility. Whatever the group we have created, that we have added here, request. Of course, two more things we added, data group, that's for security. Menu is for the form. So this is called menu, right? You need to have basic menu for your responsibility. This is completely form development. Very simple, not much complex. We will be creating in our training. Okay. So now attach this responsibility to the user. This part we know. Last step. Last step we know, right? Yesterday we created user account. Go to user account. What is your username? Mohan dot EC. That's the user account. Search. And already I added two responsibilities created by Oracle. Today I created just now new responsibility. Okay. So this is a standard procedure. So almost we have learned 4 days class in this 15 minutes. In this 15 minutes, always we have learned all this. Yeah, we created user and we given the permission to user. Now user will log in, go to this responsibility. So already user log into the applications. Now what user has to do, he has to go to Aravindo sales responsibility and run the program. He'll go to the responsibility, Aravindo sales responsibility and run the program. There is only one program, whatever we have developed. Submit. Now procedure is executed. So as a software developer, in the back end, we are going to develop the procedure or report or function or package, whatever is there. So that finally user is going to run from the front end and program is completed. Normal status, no error. Execution is completed, normal status. And I see the output file here. Total number of suppliers 509. Total invoice is 35,913. Total users 3,659. That's okay. So this information we have written, two files are there, right? Output file and log file. So in the procedure I mentioned, I want this into the output file. Only errors I required into the log file. Only errors I required into the log file. Yeah. Now it's clear, everybody, this logic. We have done two things. One, we have developed a procedure successfully without errors. We have created successfully the procedure. Here we have created procedure successfully. Then how to run this procedure? I can't give this procedure name to my client, right? My client employees are non-IT employees. They are from finance department, sales department, HR department, sales, CRM department, call center, admin department, support or service. It can be any department. They are non-IT employees. If you speak with them like procedure, package and all, they can't understand. What they do, every day they'll come to office, they will log in, select the responsibility, run the program and take the output, and they'll start working with their business. Okay, today what are the invoices are pending? Manager wanted to know how many invoices are pending from the supplier, from the customer, so that I can send my salesperson, collect that amounts. Today, as a clerk, I want to know how many checks are deposited yesterday, how many checks are cleared. Yesterday, 100 checks are deposited. Today or tomorrow, I want to know how many is cleared from the bank, how many is pending, what is the reason, what is the total opening balance, closing balance. That is their language, business language. So we can't say that procedure and function. They cannot understand. What they do is every day they'll come to office and log in and run the program, take printout, send the email, this all, save the files. That's all they do. For example, you go to bank or you are going to give your car for servicing center. So they'll come to you, they'll enter all the details and run the program. That's all, right? Right. This is what actual or procedure. So if you are able to write, if you are able to understand this code, yes, you are 100% eligible for this course. Okay. So tomorrow also we are going to have the same assignment. We'll take one more program, different language, different logic. We'll take tomorrow. We take different input. Based on the input, we'll change the logic. Okay. We'll try to update some information and try to get that data into the output files as well as into the log files also. So that we do it tomorrow. Okay. So that is a little bit more complex procedure we'll write tomorrow. You take any procedure, the format will be same. Declaration block, executable block, and exception block. Okay. So the coding part, only thing is we need to spend the time. We need to spend. We have to sit number of hours every day. Every day we have to sit and start working. For example, first day in SQL, first day I have practiced select statement. Perfect. I'm able to write select statement with where clause, order by clause. Perfect. I'm perfect with select statement. Second day, trainer has given explanation about update statement. Then you have to practice select statement and update statement. Both. Third day, trainer has explained delete statement. Then you have to practice select statement, update statement, and delete statement. Fourth day, your trainer has explained joins also. Then you have to practice select statement, update statement, delete statement, and joins here. Fifth day, your trainer has explained set operators. Okay. Then you have to start again, select statement, update statement, delete, joins, and set operators. You have to do this practice till you get offer letter into your hand. That's what technical developer, that's what programmer practice. Many people say, what is there, sir? In select statement, I have written already, I have done the practice. Why do I need to write every day? Why do I need to waste my time? You have to waste your time because you need your career. You are wasting the time for your career. Many people, I know select statement. Yes, bro, I know, you know a select statement. But if you go to 30th day, if you go to 30th day, what will happen? There will be a 30 topics. You forget about the select statement. Then you feel that, oh, it's very difficult writing the programming. I'm forgetting the syntax. I'm not able to recollect. That's what you will tell in the interview. That's what you will, if they conduct any written test, you will feel that, no, I'm not able to recollect. Because you have not done the practice. Technical means practice. If somebody says that, no, brother, I cannot sit long hours, I cannot do the practice repeatedly, it's boring, it's not, then you are not suitable for this course. Your time will be wasted, your money also wasted. Please do not join. If you say this type of practice I will do, then join in this course, then you will get a result. Means you will get offer later. No, I can't do this. This is something difficult. You are telling that do this work repeatedly. Every day you have to practice like this till the offer letter. It's a very big task. I can't do it. Then don't join. It's waste of your time and waste of your money also. So one of the success, many people used to ask me how to improve the programming. I don't know programming. I'm afraid of programming. I can't write the logic. You can't write the logic. Everybody can write the logic. Is this that much complex compared to 10th class mathematics? I think everybody has learned 10th class. We have done intermediate. We did engineering. In intermediate, we have seen sine theta, cos theta, tan theta. Even in 10th class also, trigonometry we have learned. We have written the exam. We understood the program, problems and theory part, right? Is this that much complex? No. No, this is not complex. Is this that much of lengthy course? 10th class we did 1 year. 1 year we have learned. Every day, 8 hours we went to school. Every day, 8 hours we went to school. 1 year we went to school for 10th class and we completed with 60% or 80% or 90% or above 90, whatever. Finally, we got certificate. This course is for 4 months, which will give you your career. Which will give you your career. You learn 10th class 1 year, you learn intermediate 2 years, you learn engineering 4 years. Now learn 4 months this course. I'm not asking 8 hours a day, 5 to 6 hours, fine. I'm not asking different subjects, science, social, Telugu, English, mathematics, only one subject, Oracle applications, and do this practice. So many people are missing that topic, missing that point, simple point you are missing. You feel that once the engineering is completed, so you got it. Learning is done. No, software is everyday learning. Everyday learning. Okay, so as soon as you are learning, your job is safe. You will get good package. You will get good opportunities, and there is no break for your career or your package. Can someone tell that this is the package end of the software? 30 lakhs per annum. If you learn APS, you will get 34 lakhs. You learn artificial intelligence with Oracle applications, then you will get 55 lakhs. It depends on your learning, depends on your patience, depends on your commitment. The packages will be going on. But in other sector is not like that. You learn or you have something like, extraordinary knowledge, but still there is a limit. But only in IT industry, there is no limit. Okay. So if somebody says that I said, right, this type of practice till you get offer letter, you have to do that. If you say you'll do, then you can go ahead. Okay. Fine, guys. This is our second demo. I'll also put this demo in the server. Okay. So tomorrow is going to be the final demo session. Tomorrow also we'll go for write the program, because I wanted to show you practically what we do in the real time. That's what we will do that. Okay. And tomorrow is going to be our final demo session. From day after tomorrow onwards, regular classes will be started. Okay. Thank you. Let's see you tomorrow.